Hold on to your seats, buddy, because we just discovered Tanjiro's secret weapon. You might remember when Tanjiro fights the spider demon, Rui. Tanjiro's sword glows bright red like it's on fire while he performs Hinokami Kagura for the first time. And you're probably thinking, wow, that's a cool visual effect. But wait, there's more. Later we find out that bright red Nicherin blades like Tanjiro's can disrupt a demon's regenerative abilities. That's right, it's like garlic to vampires, a move that the Hashira and Tanjiro eventually use against Muzan. So, you know that badass demon slayer, Mark? Yeah, only those lucky slayers who have awakened that bad boy can access this next-level sword form. We've got 3 methods that can make those blades blaze bright red, and they're not for the faint-hearted, let me tell ya. Hi all, how are you? Are you ready to explore the depths of the unseen wonders of the Demon Slayer world? Well, prepare yourselves because we've got some mind-blowing secrets, fascinating character insights, and jaw-dropping facts coming your way. So, if you're as excited as I am, make sure to hit that subscribe button, smash that like, drop a comment down below, share this video with your buddy, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss out on our demon-slaying adventures. Attention, this video contains spoilers. Please watch with caution. Let's embark on this epic journey together and uncover the secrets of Demon Slayer. Okay, let's get started. Yo, have you ever noticed how Tanjiro loses his cool whenever somebody disrespects his sis, Nezuko, by calling her ugly? It's like a switch goes off in his head and he's ready to throw down. Now, some might say it's just his brotherly love kicking in, but I have a theory. You see, Nezuko's appearance has been affected by her transformation into a demon, although she looks kawaii in our eyes. And Tanjiro still sees her as the beautiful and kind young woman she once was. So maybe deep down, his anger is a subconscious desire to prove to others that Nezuko is more than just a demon, and that her beauty and kindness still shine through. Either way, you don't want to mess with Tanjiro when it comes to Nezuko. Have you ever wondered why Tsuyuri Kanao was so withdrawn and emotionally closed off in the series? Well, in her side story, Kocho Shinobu complains about it to her sister, Kocho Kanae, who says that Kanao will open up when she finds a guy she likes. And who shows up to fill that role? None other than Kamado Tanjiro, the water-breathing swordsman with those flashy Hanafuda earrings and the fiery Hinokami Kagura that he is a living legacy to the sun-breathing. Think about it. Kanao's breathing style is called flower breathing. And what do flowers need to grow beautifully? Water and sunlight. It's like it was meant to be. Did you know that Kanao's birthday falls on May 19th? That makes her a Taurus, which is an earth sign. And get this, the month of May is in the springtime when flowers start to bloom. No wonder Kanao is so good with her flower-breathing style. Now Tanjiro, on the other hand, was born on July 14th, which makes him a Cancer, a water sign. But since Tanjiro was born in the summer, sun is the common element associated with that season. So we've got earth, water, and sun coming together for a beautiful, blooming friendship. Have you ever wondered why Agatsuma Zenitsu, the little scaredy cat, stays as a demon slayer when he is so afraid of fighting demons? I mean, this guy basically pees his pants every time he hears a demon's name. So why doesn't he just quit already? Well, let me tell you this. There are actually positions in the Demon Slayer Corps that don't involve direct combat like the Kakushi. So theoretically speaking, it should be safe enough for Zenitsu to just run away from danger. But the thing is, Zenitsu is actually one of the most loyal and grateful characters in the show. Despite his fear, he is deeply indebted to his master who trusted and believed in him. So Zenitsu feels like he can't just abandon his sword and run away. Even though he looks incapable, he literally applies the Bruce Lee quote, "I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times." I mean, fighting demons is a scary business, and can you blame Zenitsu for being terrified as hell? But despite his fear, He has a heart of gold that's buried deep beneath all that terror. Have you guys heard the story about Usui Tengen and his wives? Apparently, he married Hinetsuru, Makio, and Suma when they were 13, 12, and 11 respectively, and he was only 15. Now I know that's pretty young, even for the Taisho era when the legal marrying age was 16 for girls and 19 for boys. That's all because the Tengen's family practices polygamy, so when someone turns 15, they must have 3 wives. That's worked out in their case because Uzui values consent and actually cares for his wives. However, let's not forget that the shinobi view women as expendable baby factories, so it's a little concerning. And to top it off, Uzui was supposed to marry Suma's younger sister. Did you know that arm wrestling can reveal the raw strength of our beloved Hashira? In a volume 11 extra pages, it's shown that Iguro Obanai, despite being 21 years old, is a bit weaker than Tokito Muichiro, who is only 14 years old. But let's give the guy a break, shall we? Tokito comes from a family of woodcutters, so he's been chopping and carrying wood his whole life, growing a sturdy build even before joining the Demon Slayer Corps. On the other hand, Iguro spent 12 years of his life locked up in a cage with poor ventilation, which negatively impacted his overall growth, including body strength. To become a Hashira, you have to either be super talented or take down one of the 12 Kizuki, or the 12 demon moons. Rengoku, our flame Hashira, comes from a family that has a history of producing flame Hashiras, and each generation of Hashiras always has a flame and water Hashira. Now that's all well and good, but here's the kicker. Rengoku's family must have some serious bad luck because they keep running into the 12 Kizuki, even the lower-ranked ones. Those guys have the most Muzan blood in them, so that's gotta be a problem. You'd think Rengoku's family would be wiped out by now, but somehow they keep chugging along. Maybe it's because the other method to become a Hashira is just to kill 50 demons, which is still pretty darn impressive. Here's a fun fact for you all. Until Season 2 of Demon Slayer, our boy Tanjiro achieved a demon kill that should be worthy of a Hashira title. Even though Tanjiro had just killed 16 demons, we're talking about 12 Kizuki, the big shots. I'm talking about former lower rank 6 Kyogai, lower rank 1 Enmu, and upper rank 6 Jutaro, even while collaborating alongside the flamboyant Usui Tengen. But hold on, we can't forget about Zenitsu and Inosuke, who pulled off the ultimate demon takedown by eliminating none other than upper rank 6 Daki. Before fighting Jutaro and Daki, they were in Kanoi rank, the 4th rank from the bottom, even though they completed Hashira training and reached Hashira level strength. Unfortunately, they never actually became a Hashira. So Tanjiro at first appeared like he had a regular old forehead scar, right? Turns out that scar is transforming into a demon mark while fighting the hand demon, which I misinterpret that is blood from the damage on his forehead. What's special about Tanjiro is just like our legendary hero Yoriichi. The marks are always active even when he's not in the heat of battle. Talk about a permanent, not like the other demon mark user. The marks only show during fights and are invisible outside of battle. That all means that Tanjiro is always at full power condition even when he is sleeping. Did you know that those with the Demon Slayer mark makes them super powerful, but sadly have a limited lifespan? That's right. Once you get that mark, you only have until the age of 25 to live your life to the fullest. So unfortunately, that means our boy Tanjiro will eventually have to leave behind his friends and family, including Nezuko, Inosuke, Zenitsu, and Kanao, who will become a widow. But wait, there's still hope. Tsugikuni Yoriichi managed to survive for a good 80 years before he died of old age. And since he was born with the mark, his body may adjust to the harmful effects early on in life. So maybe Tanjiro can do the same and beat the system. But here's the kicker, buddy. Muzan's death lifted the curse on the Ubuyashiki family, causing Kirya to become the oldest man in Japan when he should have died in his 20s. So, if the mark's lethality is also the result of one of Muzan's insults against the world, then the marked slayers may have survived too. However, if not, then poor Giyu and Sanemi, who both lived for only 4 years after Muzan's defeat, would have left behind a widow and children, even though they only got to know them for a maximum of 4 years. Yikes, that's a rough deal, so let's cross our fingers and hope that Tanjiro can follow in Yorichi's footsteps and break the curse of the mark. Have you ever wondered what's up with black Nicherin swords? Turns out they're not just for emo swordsmen. Each Nicherin color is said to give the user certain clues, such as what breathing techniques they can master. Black Nicherin are wielded by those who can use the breath of the sun. So you're telling me black swords are a bad omen? Well, not for us humans, but for those pesky demons. And as we know, those sun-breathing swordsmen are rare, like really rare. The only downside is Kokushibo and Muzan were on a rampage to hunt and kill every sun breath user they could find. So it's no surprise that black swords are considered ominous, since it's a symbol of the brutal massacre of the sun-breathing users. No wonder the Demon Slayer Corps and their associates think that no swordsman with a black sword could ever become a Hashira. Hold on to your seats, buddy, because we just discovered Tanjiro's secret weapon. You might remember when Tanjiro fights the spider demon, Rui. Tanjiro's sword glows bright red like it's on fire while he performs Hinokami Kagura for the first time. And you're probably thinking, wow, that's a cool visual effect. But wait, there's more. Later we find out that bright red Nicherin blades like Tanjiro's can disrupt a demon's regenerative abilities. That's right, it's like garlic to vampires, a move that the Hashira and Tanjiro eventually use against Muzan. So, you know that badass demon slayer, Mark? Yeah, only those lucky slayers who have awakened that bad boy can access this next-level sword form. We've got 3 methods that can make those blades blaze bright red, and they're not for the faint-hearted, let me tell ya. First up, we've got the clash method. Just slam 2 Nicherin swords together with enough force to create some friction and bam! Bright red blades in action. Next, we've got the grip method. If you've got the strength of a titan, grip that Nicherin swords like your life depends on it. Squeeze it with all your might and watch as the immense pressure raises the blade's temperature, turning it into a fiery spectacle. But hey, if you ain't got that, Mark, no worries. You need a special ingredient, Nezuko Kamado's exploding blood. Yeah, you heard me right. By coating the sword with her explosive blood, you'll crank up the temperature until it's sizzling red. Now, that's what I call a hot collaboration, buddy. So whether you're clashing, gripping, or going the Nezuko way, these red-hot swords will make every demon quake in fear. They're the stuff nightmares are made of, my friend, and every demon slayer out there dreams of wielding one. All right, buddy. We've just scratched the surface of the unseen wonders in the demon slayer world, but there's still so much more to discover. We're on a mission to uncover it all, but our adventure doesn't end here. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on our future demon-slaying adventures. Don't forget to smash that like button, drop a comment below to let us know your favorite character or fact, and share this video with your buddy. And of course, don't leave without turning on notifications to stay up to date with our latest content. Together, let's continue our epic journey into the world of Demon Slayer and keep unearthing its extraordinary secrets. Stay tuned, and until next time, happy demon hunting. Bye-bye.